hold on now.
Or astrology.
Yes, astrology. But now, okay, let's take some innuendos here. Black hole, sun. Maybe, won't you come? Maybe, no? Am I too out there?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if it's on the top 50 most disturbing songs...
Yeah. I say we need to watch the video and see if we can sort that out.
I would have to agree with you.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, smoke you what you seen and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers Podcast.
We made it.
We made it, Smoke.
Yeah.
How art thou? Thou art how?
Man, great. Doing good. Life is all right.
You don't want to tell nobody how you threw your back out from sneezing the other day?
Did I?
I'm joking.
I'll tell you what, I got a life lesson for you, though.
Uh-oh.
Man, don't eat the sugar-free candies. Like, there's some certain candies that I can eat, because I try to avoid sugar, right? So I saw this bag, like, it was Halloween, or just after Halloween, and everybody
You
was
done
like...
ate the kids' Halloween
chewing,
candy.
No. Everybody's chewing on candy, so I'm jealous, right?
Smokey, wait a minute. Keep it real. I'm your dog. Did you take your kids' Halloween candy?
No, I didn't. No. Like I said, I try to avoid candy, but...
Okay.
So I was at the store, and they had, like, all the Halloween candy marked down because it's after Halloween. And I'm like, ooh, these are like M&Ms. They're not really M&Ms.
They're W's and W's.
It was one of the big brands, you know, but of sugar-free candy, and it was like
it wasn't
M&Ms.
Mars candies. It was
Dude,
Jupiter's candies.
I bought 2 bags of them, and I was like, wow, these are good. They taste exactly like M&Ms, right? So I ate the whole thing, and then I tear into the other bag. I eat that thing, too. And it's probably only just a little more than you would get in a regular bag of M&Ms. Dude, about an hour later...
Bubble guts.
Oh, man. I was just like... Blub, 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 blub.
Oh,
I was like, oh, God, that hurts. Oh, Lord, that hurts.
I mean...
Dude, I probably produced like, I don't know, 800 cubic feet.
800 cubic feet of what?
Of
dude?
gas.
God, I was about to say, dude, I feel
my
bad for your
God.
plumber.
Dude,
Jesus
it hurt.
Christ. I just imagine, oh, I gotta go.
Oh, that's what it was. Just total blowout, man. God, I was like, I was doing, you know how you do the walk where, Dude, that was the biggest blowout ever.
He had a blowout in the side.
I mean, for the next 5 hours, it was just gas release.
All right.
Don't eat the sugar-free candies, and if you do it in moderation, because that was a painful.
I mean,
day.
what were those packs like? How big were they?
No, like I said, if you put both of them together, it was probably a little bigger than a normal M&M bag.
Okay.
You know? But, man, they were too good. And I was like, yeah, these are great.
See, and I know you've always said something about this, but, you know, with me, I don't like sweets.
Yeah.
I don't like sweets. I'm not a fan of candy.
Oh, like I said, I love sweets, but I try to avoid sugar, so I thought this was a good replacement. You know, it's on sale too.
Yeah, your stomach.
And there's certain like artificial sugars, like stevia doesn't do that. Stevia is great.
So you must have like some saccharin or something.
It must have been something in there. Oh God.
Can we stop talking about farts?
We can. Absolutely.
I wanted to bring up something. I forgot what it was. Dang it! What was I gonna bring up? I don't know. Your blowout story just blew it out.
Shoot, it blew it out.
Welcome to the Trash Talkers Podcast. You guys get the exclusives here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, listen, last week podcast, guys, we started out talking about 50 of songs that you enjoy that have a disturbing background. And we're going to continue down that list. We did 5 last week, and we're going to do 5 more this week. But before we do that, let's read the top comments from last week's podcast.
Let's do that.
Okay. So again, 3, 2, 1. So the third most liked comment would be let's see here. Let me check, because YouTube does it so weird.
I know they don't put them in order.
Yeah, it's weird. And yes, I've seen in the comments. Well, you can hit top. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, even top. Like for some reason, it'll, just throw random comments in there.
Yeah. Okay, so number 3 is God dang it. I had it, but then, okay. Number 3 is Krista Speck. Shout out to Krista Speck, OG
Yeah.
Trash Talker, OG Patreon member. Shout out to you, Krista, seriously. She says, great podcast, guys. By the way, House of a Thousand Corpses is my favorite movie. It's my favorite movie, too, next to the Titanic. Great song, too. And, yep, Smokey has a wise way about him for sure. Because I did say because remember I was recording the song at the house and I was like Smokey.
Oh yeah, it's not good to do that.
Yeah, look, okay, yes, I put you on a pedestal last week. Smokey's had some ish too now. Okay, he just ain't gonna put it out there, but Smokey.
Oh yeah, what you mean like?
Smokey's had some bad days too.
Yeah, everybody got to go through that learning period.
And you went through them just as much as I did too. Number 2 is Amber Piercy. Shout out to Amber, OG Trash Talker, OG Patreon member. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for all the support. She says the line from Little Piece of Heaven is, and yes, I in the last podcast I got corrected so many times because I didn't say the lyrics properly.
Oh yeah.
Because I said, dang it, I don't.
Forgot the line.
It's Cause I really always knew that my little crime would get cold. That's why I've gotta eat before her flies. But that's wrong. And Amber corrected and said the line from Little Pieces of Heaven is, cause I really always knew that my little crime would be cold. That's why I got a heater for your thighs. Necrophilia.
Yeah.
You're so cold, I gotta heat that motherfucker. But I like yours too, Hollywood, is what she says. And the number 1 most liked comment of last week is from All Three Coast. She says, because she corrected on us calling her dudes, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. If not, I apologize.
Double correct.
Yeah, All Three Coast says, as a kid, I was given an adult pity, love, or love. That came from a roughneck biker, and she had a tough reputation. Let's put it that way. She was bought in for my protection after my dad was shot. Oh, my God. And she was so gentle with me, and my mom, rest in peace, even my booger brother, wow, with me outside at all times to the corner store and back because I couldn't go anywhere else. She stayed till she died. I've only gotten meatheads and shepherds ever since. I do want to read someone commented on this. Shout out to Mana. Mana said, pities have the biggest heart. Pit bulls. Only comfortable dog is a golden lab. Massive love for their family. Pities forever. Okay, I was about to say, wait, what are we talking about?
I know. I was like, pity. Yeah, man. Pit bulls do have a big heart. They love. They protect you, and that protection actually gets them in trouble a lot of times also.
Yeah,
because they're extremely
so protective.
loyal. Yes, and they will protect your family. But they love kids, man.
Yes, like you said, they were called the baby.
Yeah, the babysitter dogs. Yeah,
babysitter dogs. All right, so just a quick recap on and again, this is a list of 50, and we're gonna do 5 every week. Just a quick recap if you guys haven't seen last podcast. So number 50 was Avenged Sevenfold. Number 49 was Avenged Sevenfold. Little Piece of Heaven. Number 49 was Nirvana. Polly. Number 48 was Pantera, Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. Don't know where Good Friends Come came from. Number 47 was Black Sabbath, and number 46 was Deftone Change.
That's it. Changing the House of Flies.
Exactly. And if you guys haven't checked that podcast out, go check it out last week. We put one out every Tuesday morning. Again, guys, we cannot thank y'all enough.
Absolutely.
100%. All right, y'all ready for 45 here?
Yeah, let's do it.
We discussed this on last podcast.
Yes, we did, because we knew it would have to be in here somewhere.
Yes, I thought it would be on here, and it happens to be number 45 of songs that people love that have a disturbing background.
Yes.
And it happens to be Daddy by Korn.
Oh, man, that is a disturbing background for sure.
What do you remember about that song?
Oh, man, he was molested. God. Apparently, when you listen to the song through, you automatically assume it was his dad, but it was a neighbor.
Like a friend of the family.
Yeah, a friend of the family, yeah. Yeah, people explained that in the comments when we did it.
Shout out to Trash Talkers.
Yeah, and his parents didn't believe him. I think that's how it goes.
Could you just imagine that? Imagine you going through torture and hell, and you can't tell anyone, and when you do tell someone, they don't believe you. They call you crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that's so sad, dude.
Dude, and I think it happened so much more back in the day. Like, nowadays, people are more open to understanding that happens, and people are more willing to go after the ones that do it. Back in those days, people would cover it up, man.
Bro, you know, before we get to the synopsis, I saw a clip. It's called Court Cam, and yes, I'm gonna shout you guys out in Court Cam if you guys need to people on your channel. We're here to help. My name's Barringer, and this is Smokey. But no, it was showing like top 20 crazy courtroom like outbursts, I guess you know, and one of them was, so it was a group of guys. They weren't in prison uniforms. They were just there to get their sentence read, and I guess it's called arraignment, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this guy in the back who was in prison, who was known to be in prison, and you know, face full of tattoos, head full of tattoos, and the guy that was on the stand, the judge was reading so the guy with the tattoos is sitting in the courtroom, and the dude that's up there, you know, getting read his charges. It was like, you know, I don't want to say these words, but like some very heinous things done to a child. And the dude, and it was like 7 counts. So the judge said the first 2 counts, the dude was over there shifting. And they said the next 3 counts, and dude's like, he's like doing, dude's in the back's like kind of moving more. And then she read the last 2, and this dude got up from his seat, walked up to him standing on the podium, and just, wow, you learned your lesson now? You learned your, like, because he had did something heinous against a child.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's like, I mean, that's, I don't know, dude. We
There was a video of that passed around years ago in the early days of file sharing and things like that. I guess it happened in the early 90s, maybe in the 80s, mid 90s, something. Whenever it was, but I think it was like a karate instructor that actually molested the child of a guy, and he was being taken in by the police, and the guy actually stood there by the phone booth waiting for them to pass by.
Yeah, and decked him.
No, he shot
him in the head. I do remember that.
Yeah, killed him.
Wow. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. This is Hollywood's opinion here, but that's just not tolerated. Women and children, no.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to say nothing too heinous, but I think there are ways that you can deal with that if you really want to be honest. I mean, it starts with the C. Just cut them off.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a quick synopsis on Daddy if you guys haven't. And we actually spoke about that. I'll get to that in a second. But it says Korn didn't just pioneer the nu metal genre almost single-handedly. They brought confessional vulnerability into music that, till then, had exuded a macho persona at all times. Not so Korn vocalist Jonathan Davis, who bravely channeled his own painful experience of being molested as a child and the additional trauma of his parent disbelief when they told him, like you just said, into the song Daddy, which brought the band's 1994 debut to a nerve-wracking conclusion. Now, that's number 45. I remember when me and you, it wasn't on the Daddy reaction. It was on another reaction. We were talking about Korn, and I was like, yeah, he actually, or I've seen some trash talkers say in the comments that he has performed that live.
Yes.
And you were like, wow, how could you do that?
I know.
Every comment that I've ever seen that says they've seen him perform that live, he breaks down into tears every
I bet. I would too.
There's no way to act that. You can't
tell that story over and over again. Yeah, dude, that's too heavy. But hey, I mean, if it gets out the awareness, you know, I think it has. It has helped bring awareness to situations like that. And these days, we do deal with them much more than it would have in the past. Yes.
I don't know, man. It's when you hear that, and guys, if you haven't heard the song Daddy, at the end he starts screaming and crying.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't, like.
Well, you couldn't control it at that point.
Well, not only that, imagine being on stage, bro, and like you can't, like you can just tell that really hits Jonathan. For you to get on stage performance and you give the same performance,
But
not
you're
even
reliving the story every time you do that song. In his head, he's reliving that story and the trauma that happened. Like, how can you not break down?
God, man.
Knowing how much pain and anguish that, and it probably changed his life, you know? I mean, well, obviously it changed his life.
Dude, There's some sick people in this world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Some sick people in this world. But we won't go down too far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Smokey, what you got for number 4? What is a number 44 on the top field? I can't.
Right.
Before we get there,
Mm-hmm.
what could be? You know how disturbing Daddy is, right?
Yeah.
What could be the number 1 most disturbing song?
Oh God.
Think about
If Daddy is that far down the list, we might be going into some crazy stuff here, man. Next one on the list is 9 Inch Nails with the song Closer.
We've done Closer, haven't we?
I don't think so, but I do know this is one of the songs that I'd heard of 9 Inch Nails before we did this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably have heard it somewhere, right?
Again, memory of a goldfish, buddy.
Anyone looking for conclusive proof that no parental advisory sticker can hold back a certified hit need look no further than 9 Inch Nails' 1994 smash Closer. Here's a song whose provocative words alone should have banned it from MTV, let alone the stunning video that accompanied it. Oh, there was a video for that.
Wow.
And all those audio and visual edits obviously did nothing to conceal its contents.
Dude, why do I feel like we've done that song? I'm going to do a quick search here.
Yeah, I don't think we have. And I know that this is a really heavy song, and there is some really graphic stuff in this song. That's why I don't think we've covered it.
I mean, it's messed up as this might sound. It sounds like we might need... We did do Closer.
Did we?
Yes.
Okay.
We did it 8 months ago.
Oh. Huh.
I don't think we did the video, though. Man.
Wow. See, and I was thinking I just knew it from before then. From before the podcast.
No, we did Closer.
That's okay. I guess that's how I know it then.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dang it, that kind of makes Trash Talkers...
Now I want to go back and watch that reaction.
No, I want to see the video now.
Oh yeah. There had to not be a video on that reaction.
You don't think there's a...
Because this is saying it is an extremely graphic video.
Dude, I don't... It's so weird because I don't take 9 Inch Nails as to be one of those kind of bands.
It says, let alone the stunning video that accompanied it, and all of those audio and visual edits obviously did nothing to conceal its contents, which, as you well know, were categorically disturbing to many viewers. Okay.
What?
I'm just trying to picture what the video could be. Maybe we do need to cover the video.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we've heard the song, we know the song, or know somewhat of the song.
Yeah.
Trash Talkers, again, you guys decide what we react to. Is this a video we need to check out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
Or is it too much for YouTube? Like, how bad could the video be?
That's like with Acid Bath. You know, they say, you can't do a reaction to Acid Bath because of this, that, and the third, but we want to hear what Acid Bath sounds like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, dude. But like I was saying, I don't think I've never took 9 Inch Nails to be one of those bands to where they talk about things that deeply. I always thought them to be like an innovative band, like, hey, let's move things forward. You know, we can.
I think they were, but I think there's also a dark side to Trent Reznor also.
I mean, doesn't everyone have a dark side though?
Oh, for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's some completely innocent people out there somewhere.
I disagree 100%. There's not one person on this earth that is 100% good. Without good, there's no evil. There's not one person who does not have a devious thought.
Well, is there any people that are completely bad with no good whatsoever?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Everyone has some good in them some
Everybody's got the yin and the yang, huh?
Yes, everyone. Like, you can take that how you like, but like Jeffrey Dahmer was a piece of However, he was courting to a lot of his guests. You know, that's a good. Yes, you were doing it for bad intentions, but if I'm not mistaken, he let a lot of them go beforehand. Like he didn't start the eating and the killing of people until like he would, hey, come over to my house, and these were willing participants, and he would give them drinks, and then once it's like, okay, I can't control it, and then he started bringing people over. It's like, okay, I would let you leave, but now you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, he had that undesirable drive to do that, and he could not stop it.
What do you think? You believe that? Do you think there's a person on this planet that's just straight evil? Like, I think everyone has to have at least a tenth of good in them.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah. Even the most evil people, you think about Vlad the Impaler and Hitler and guys like that,
Evil guys, but
even, I don't know, sometimes it's divisive to even talk about it, but if you talk about, like, Hitler,
let's not do that.
Because, even controllers, like dictators and things like that, sometimes they also put into place rules that have helped people in the end.
That's the yin and the yang of life, I think.
Yeah.
I think, if you could take a nun who was, first of all, there's not a person on earth who is without sin. Everyone has sinned. That right there just tells you every good person, if you follow that thing, but every good person has done something bad. Okay, now every terrible scum bucket of the earth that you could imagine has something good in them. Something.
I'm trying to think of what situation someone could actually grow up in to where there's just no evil whatsoever that
it's not possible. Hey, we live on a place called Earth. And if you're from America, you're going to see some ish.
Yeah. Well, there's not many countries you can grow up without seeing something.
I don't know, bruh. They say in Dubai it's like paradise. They say you could drop a diamond ring in Dubai and they will turn it into
I bet there's still some bad stuff that happens there behind the scenes.
Damn. Trash Talk, we won't Google this, but Trash Talkers, let us know what country do you think is there a country on earth that has zero crime rate?
I doubt it. I don't think there can be. I know places like Denmark have, great records, but there's still people that have to be in prison for one reason or the other.
Yeah, and their prisons look like 7-star hotels.
Yes.
One country.
But it works. It works somehow.
Yeah. I mean, we could go down that road.
We have on this podcast not too long ago.
We talked about the recidivism rate. One country that I have heard that has a very low crime rate?
What's that?
Romania.
Romania?
I heard Romania has a very, very low.
I don't think I've ever really looked into Romania that hard. God, I knew a guy from Romania.
Me too. Yeah. I dated a girl from Romania.
Yeah.
Damn, what was her name? I'm not going to say her name.
Yeah.
All right,
let's move on.
You just did number 44, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do number 43, and the number 43rd, the number 43rd song on this list that you enjoy, that people absolutely hate, is a song, oh my God, are you sick? Wait a minute. Okay, this is one of my favorite songs since doing Rappers Rap, and of course I didn't even know the name of the song, but it's a shout out to you guys, man, because I was like, man, there's a song that I like, and it goes dun dun dun, and y'all gave me the song just off of those dun duns. But it's Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Now, before I read the synopsis, you told me that he got that song
so the story I saw, he was watching or peripherally, like the news was playing in the house. And through a weather forecast or something like that, or some astronomer or something, he picked up on what he thought the phrase was, Black Hole Sun. And he made an entire song that basically meant nothing off of the phrase Black Hole Sun. Yes.
I'm excited to read the synopsis to see. You know our parody of that song,
yes,
right?
I do.
That's good, dude. Me and Smokey's got to make a parody album,
we
dude.
parody everything. Every song we hear, we make a parody of it. As soon as we stop recording, we start singing it back in different lyrics.
And Black Hole Sun would probably... Black Hole Sun and... Shut the... baby... Fake a Front.
Yeah, Fake a Front.
Yeah, if y'all heard our versions of those songs, it'd be crazy.
Oh, yeah. It's hilarious.
But Black Hole Sun's one of my favorites. I would say one of my favorite songs of all time. And it says, Soundgarden didn't just participate in the grunge revolution, they helped ignite it well ahead of other key players like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, never mind Pearl Jam. Armed with a somber post-punk aesthetic, Chris Cornell wielded heavy sounds and heavy thoughts with ease. But perhaps their biggest hit, 1994's Black Hole Sun, flipped the script by disguising its wicked intentions in a gentle, ultimately hellish lullaby. Then came the singer's terrifying music video. There's a video for this, Smokey. Which used cutting-edge special effects to cast listeners/viewers down a surreal and unforgettable rabbit hole. It doesn't really tell us much about...
No, because that's kind of contradictory to the story I heard.
Yes,
because
that's why
this is the list of disturbing backstories to songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the thing that I heard, he said it was really about nothing. Or maybe it's the video that lands it on this list.
Maybe what you heard was probably like a myth, like Marilyn Manson pulling his rib out.
Yeah, I wish I could go back and find that interview where it was said.
Oh, did he say it personally?
I think so, if I remember right.
I love that song. I listened to it screwed and
I
chopped.
can't remember if it was him saying it directly or if it was someone speaking said that he said it.
Right,
you know?
right. Man, Trash Talkers, help us out on this one because
yeah,
I listen to this song at least 10 times a week.
Damn, really?
Oh, 100%. And I try to think, I'm like, damn, Smokey might have a point. I'm Black Hole Sun.
Yeah. I mean, either way, even if I'm wrong about the entire song being nonsensical, that phrase is nonsensical because there is no such thing as a black hole sun. Now, the sun will eventually turn into a black hole, according to astronomy, but
hold on now.
Or astrology.
Yes, astrology. Mm-hmm. But now, okay, let's take some innuendos here.
Mm-hmm.
Black hole, sun.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, won't you come?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, no? Am I too out there?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if it's on the top 50 most disturbing songs...
yeah. I say we need to watch the video and see if we can sort that out.
I would have to agree with you. You know, before we do, before you get on to the 42nd, I have a question to ask you. And I saw this. In order to have fire, you need what? Air.
And heat.
A spark, air, and okay. So if the sun is a big ball of fire, and there's no air in space, how's it burning?
You know, I've wondered that.
How's it burning?
I don't know. I'm not that into astrology, or you know, most of the things I know about space are just in passing. You know, hearing Neil deGrasse Tyson talk or something like that. Mm-hmm. I've always wondered that, but there has to be something that is creating oxygen also in that fire.
Yes, but there can't be fire without oxygen. And you're the gas man. You blew up the ding. You blew it out, so you should know. But go ahead.
Oh, I've created something. I'll tell you that.
If you put a flame to it, you'll have a black asshole.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, for a star to be combusting, something has to also be creating oxygen on there. Also, I mean, when a star is burning, it's creating many elements. You know, along with metals and things like that. There's many elements being created in the midst of that. So there has to be some oxygen there somehow.
But how? If there's no oxygen in space?
Well, it's creating the oxygen.
But you can't create it without burning it. So it's in order to burn, you have to you can't burn until you have the oxygen.
Well, like I said, I don't know the entire scope of exactly how it happens, but yes, you would think there has to be something creating the oxygen, and in that combustion, there has to be something creating the oxygen also.
Exactly. So you don't know?
No, not right offhand. I'd have to look that up.
Man, listen, y'all. If it's come to the point where I don't accept I don't knows from Smokey. Like if Smokey says I don't know, and like that just effed me up when he said no, I don't know. And like that just blew my mind.
Like I said, I've never really studied that deep into.
But that's a good question,
and things like that.
Yeah,
definitely. I've wondered that myself. I've just never taken the time to look that up. But yeah, you would think there has to be something in that combustion that's also creating oxygen. It's probably creating nitrogen, helium. It's creating many elements.
You need it, man.
No, I'm telling you, the combustion of a star is creating all of these elements along with oxygen also.
Yeah, but somewhere, where the question is where is the oxygen coming from?
Yeah, something in that combustion. That's the only
Trash
answer I could give you.
If y'all can explain that to us, we would like to know.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure there's someone who has studied things like this in the comment section.
I don't know how. I thought of that, but I was just
Yeah.
like, wait, if there's no.
Oh no, that thought has crossed my mind before. But yeah, never looked too deeply to find the answer.
What you got for number 42 on the most disturbing songs that people enjoy?
All right, now when I tell you the name of this song, I want you to look and see if we have covered this or not.
Okay, crank it up.
It is Marilyn Manson's "Disposable Teens." Now we've covered many Marilyn Manson songs, but I am blanking on "Disposable Teens."
I want to say we have.
I mean, it sounds like a familiar title.
Do I need to?
Yes, please.
I really feel like we've done this song.
After he was unfairly scapegoated in some quarters of the conservative media for the Columbine shootings.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we did cover this one.
Oh.
Marilyn Manson fought back. Yes, we did. It was the football field.
Wait a minute, Smokey,
Right?
are you sure?
Make sure. Was
not,
this not the one on the football field?
I'm not getting nothing from...
Okay.
Spell Marilyn. M-A-R-I-L-Y-N.
Marilyn. Manson.
S-N-O-N. Okay. All right, so what according to our YouTube, we've done Sweet Dreams. We've did the fight song.
That was the fight song.
Yeah, we did Coma White. We did This Is Halloween. We did Antichrist Superstar, Weird Chaos, and The Beautiful People. We have
Okay, so we haven't done Disposable Teens. Okay. So my first inclination was correct. All right. But he was blamed for the Columbine school shootings. Marilyn Manson fought back as only he knew how with a retaliatory musical indictment called Disposable Teens. Giving as good as he got, Manson challenged the mostly religious pundits who piled on his Antichrist superstar persona by singing, "I never really hated a one true God, but the God of the people I hated."
But some people say people are God. Some people
Yeah,
say
some
that.
people do say that.
Yes.
And some people, yes, believe that we are all of God.
That's what a lot
We
of...
are all part of the source.
Yes, there's some Satanists out there that say, I am God.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, you take
Well, even New Age spiritualists believe that. You know, certain ones, they believe that since we all came from this source, we are all God beings ourselves.
Right.
We all have a piece of the spark.
You know, okay, before we get onto that song, I heard Mike Tyson say one of the dopest things. He said he eats mushrooms by the handful, you know?
Yeah.
And he says, I do it because this is us. We are that mushroom. When you die, you go into the ground, your soil comes, and then eventually that mushroom
It can
grows from
sprout
that
new
soil.
mushrooms, yes.
Which makes us, in some way, mushrooms. I mean...
along with a million other
yes,
elements.
100%.
Yes.
But... And then, you know, I heard him say something else. Like, mushrooms... Is there a way to drug test for mushrooms?
Yeah, they make a test for it. I don't think that it comes up. Psilocybin doesn't come up in most standard drug tests, but yes, there are drug tests that can test for it.
I mean, is it...
I don't think your standard 5-panel is going to pick up on it.
Is it like, with psilocybin showing up, does it do you think it shows up in your urine, or is it going to be like a blood test or a spinal tap?
A lot of hallucinogens are checked for in hair because that holds it for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the only way to test for hallucinogens were through a spinal tap.
No, we'd have to look that up because
Well,
I remember people actually giving firsthand accounts of PO officers, or PO, that's redundant, but POs actually taking a hair sample because they say that holds most of the drugs for a longer period of time than anything. Like if you took a drug right now, as long as that hair is growing on your head until it is completely gone, it's still going to show what you did during that time period.
I've heard people say that that's why Britney Spears shaved her head bald, because of certain... I don't know if that's true or not. But no, I mean...
But then they would just do your eyebrows.
Well, no, those were...
You would have to shave completely. You'd have to be like Powder. Remember that movie, Powder?
Come on, John.
He had not a single hair on his body.
Not a piece of a hair follicle anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I forgot where I was going with the mushroom thing. I forgot where I was going.
You were talking about Tyson.
Oh, you know, damn it, what brought me to mushrooms? What was...
We're talking about just those disposable teens and being of God.
Okay, of God. And like I said, you know, taking these hallucinogens and these certain hallucinogenic items that can get you closer to a source, get you closer to what some people would call God. If you've ever done DMT, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I heard him say, and this we'll get to that song, but one thing that I heard him say that was really interesting. He was like, "You do weed, you do mushrooms. It's out of your system in 3 days, through your urine."
Weed is not.
I'm sorry.
Weed is
I
30 days.
I apologize.
Yeah.
You smoke weed, you eat mushrooms. It stays in your system for 30 to 45 days. Okay. That's
you're going with the theory that your body wants to reject the bad things and it hangs on to the good things.
You do cocaine, methamphetamine, ecstasy. Your body's rejecting it. That's why it's
Even
out
opiates,
in 3
yeah.
days. Even
Yeah.
opiates. It's not get this out of my body. It's gonna take me 3 days to get it out. But you smoke natural marijuana. You take a natural hallucinogen. Oh, this is what needs to be in my body because we grew from that soil.
Well, some people would also give you the argument that certain metabolites hang on to fat cells longer than other metabolites, and that's the reason.
Right.
But I kind of like that theory.
I like that, dude. I mean,
like it.
I feel like, if we come from the ground, you die, you get put in earth, the earthworms eat you, you come from the dirt, or you grow to a plant, whatever you eat, whatever you grow to be, your body's like, oh, this is part of us. This is what's been missing. This is why my brain is able to unlock this chamber to see the source. This is why my brain has unlocked this to get this great information. Like back when I would smoke weed, I'd get so creative, and I know you would too. And you would.
Oh, yeah,
it's
of
because your
course.
brain's like, why have you not been putting this in me?
Yeah.
Why? And now that I got it, I want to keep it as long as I can versus doing cocaine, heroin, opiates, or
You know what most addicts say is the first time they tried their specific drug of choice, it was the first time they felt normal in their life.
Wow, I've never heard that.
Really? I've heard addicts say that. Did you ever feel that, like the first time you tried a substance and you're like, wow, this is the first time I feel normal?
So
That's usually the sign that you're going to be an addict.
the first drug I ever did was weed, and the first drug I did was weed, and you want me to tell you, when I smoked weed, and this was me making, and I won't say if we still do or if we still don't, but when I felt like I was cheating people when I would smoke weed, because I was at the height of making music every day, come home from school, coming home from school, shut up, coming home making
You came off the commode one day.
Dude, y'all know what a commode is, leaving the
Commode.
But
Such
no,
a funny word.
commode. Boy, you constant. Go sit on that commode.
You sit on that commode, boy. You
No,
gonna
but-
mess yourself.
No, real ish.
Yeah.
I would come home, and my first time smoking, I'll never forget it. There's a song called Mystical, Still Smoke, a song by Mystical called Still Smoking.
Yeah.
And I hit it, and I was by myself. Well, I might have did it with, because they say when you do it the first time, you don't really feel it. But the first time by myself, and there's a program that I used to make beats, and it was called Fruity Loops, or now it's called FL Studio. And when I did it, it's like, when I would smoke weed, I'm like, wait, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. It almost made me feel like it was a superpower.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like,
Yeah.
like, I can make this like that. I can do this like that. And it was just like, this isn't fair. Like, I have a superpower now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for creativity.
So I guess you may be right when you said it made me feel.
Yeah. Because people are, you have a natural yearning for euphoria in your life.
Right.
That's why people will do it for the first time and go, wow, I feel normal. I feel like this is the state I'm supposed to be in. Because it's euphoria, and people love euphoria because it's euphoric. That's just how it works.
And dude, why is
Euphoria bad?
Yes, why is it bad to feel euphoria?
Oh man, that goes
This
way
is
deep
another
into
podcast.
history. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about this song, Soki.
Yeah, I did. Disposable Teens. Now you got the next one.
Okay, so man, we got to make that a podcast one day. Bro.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to make that. Why is it bad to feel euphoria? Okay, so Disposable Teens was number 43, right? All right, so last one for today, right?
Yep.
Now, I don't understand how this is on this list, but it's One by Metallica.
One. Well,
Go ahead.
we covered this one
Yes, we have.
very early on.
Yes, we have.
And remember the whole story about the soldier Losing My Sight, Losing My Mind.
Wasn't he? Product?
Yes, yes.
Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
But we're talking about the story. We're not talking about product. But so he was injured in the war.
Losing my sight, losing my mind.
Yeah, and he was going crazy because wasn't it that he didn't have arms and legs?
Yeah, I think
anymore?
he was a quadriplegic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's probably the disturbing backstory to it. But if you want to read the synopsis,
I will.
there.
You know, and actually, I do have to kind of shout out product here in a minute because he brought it up, or maybe you actually brought it up, but one of y'all brought it up to the point where it's to the point where I'm fighting for my country, where I'm losing so much personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've lost my legs, I've lost my sight, I've lost my mind, and I'm doing this all for what?
I think that's what whoever wrote the song, maybe it was Hatfield, but Hetfield. People get mad when you make it sound like Hatfield. That's not Hatfield.
It's Hatfield.
Hatfield.
Do it in a Vince McMahon.
It's
voice.
not Hatfield. It's Hatfield.
Yeah, but a quick synopsis on this. It says, for years, Metallica thumbed their noses at the music video revolution and built a massive following in the old-fashioned way by putting great music in record stores and a great show on tour. When they finally relented in 1988 with their fourth album's most accessible track, One, they only did so with a spine-tingling cinematic music video using footage from the movie Johnny Got His Gun to make sure viewers understood the horrible source material that inspired this great song in the first place. Did we do that video? I don't think so.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah, because I remember them being in the chair.
Yeah, it was all black and white if I remember right. That would be a good one to go back and revisit now that we know more about Metallica.
Also, now that you introduced the
lyrical analysis, yes, that would be great because we didn't know much of anything back in those days.
Great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, definitely a disturbing backstory to that one for sure.
But definitely military base, you would say.
Yeah, a lot of Metallica songs are.
Yes, I mean Master Pup. Oh my God, that.
Well, that Master of Puppets was all about being controlled by your drugs, demon. Master.
Well, because when you look at the album cover, it's got.
Yeah. Yes. Well, what was the first one we did off of that album? Was a war story. You know, front to the back. God, I can't remember the name of that song.
But yeah, I understand.
Yeah, definitely. We could go back and find it, but yeah, a lot of their songs are based on war stories. Yeah.
Man, this is a good what is it? 46 through.
We did 50 through 46. This one was 45 through 41.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, so that would be 41.
Yeah, these were all great songs and all songs that we were somewhat familiar with, other than Disposable Teens for me, Smokey was. Mm-hmm. But dude, I just can't see. I thought Daddy would have been at the top 5.
Yeah, you would think.
Yes, dude, and. Man, Trash Talk could stick around with us on this ride because if that's not in the top, that was number 47.
What are we gonna find in the top 5?
Watch it be like making my way downtown, walking around in my own time. That's this
like,
song.
what you don't understand is that she was going through a crack house.
She was really making her way downtown.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that would be crazy if that was just the most gangster song
What
ever.
if it was though? Making my way downtown,
shooting everyone in sight.
in my line of.
Oh God. That's horrible.
Stop. Schmo.
Yeah, what up?
Do we have what we got today?
All right, we got WTF.
Just WTF?
Well, it's WTF, and today I also have one from Michigan.
Okay, so and what we do here, it started out as OMG and WTF. OMG did not stand for Oh My God, it stand for Oh My Georgia. WTF did not stand for it stand for what the Florida. So we've ran out of Georgia stories. So
yeah.
So you said you got.
Hopefully they'll create some more. Well, maybe not. Maybe they won't.
No, let's
hope they don't create more Georgia man stories.
Yes, and you said this was from Michigan?
Yes, one of them will be from Florida, one of them will be from Michigan. Nice. I will read both headlines. You tell me which one comes from Florida.
By the way, I got the last one right, so my record is 3 for 8.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll give you this one first. Man accused of pointing laser at drivers found with marijuana in rectum.
What the
He was pointing lasers at the cars driving by.
Once, I know you probably haven't read the synopsis yet, but I'm curious. Was it in a cellophane, or was it just because you
shoved up in there?
Just took a bud and was just like, here, just get it in there.
That sounds painful.
Oh God, what's the other one?
All right, the other one. Halloween trick-or-treating canceled in neighborhood due to cockroach infestation.
Oh my God. Okay, Michigan. Halloween cockroach. Okay, I want to get this one right. I want my record to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got laser pointer. Michigan. It's some Michiganians. What are they called?
Michiganians?
Michiganians, is that what they're called?
That may be right.
Shout out to all our Floridians and Michiganians, but let me think about this. So, laser pointer. Can you give me the? Can I make a suggestion here? Can I get the synopsis of the marijuana one before you tell me where? Because I just want to know if it's in. All right, let me say this: if it's in plastic, it's in Michigan. If it's not,
It's in Florida.
It's in Florida.
All right, I'll give it to you, and I'll try to avoid anything that gives it away. Man accused of pointing laser at drivers was later found with marijuana in his rectum, according to police. Charges of pointing a laser at a driver or pilot. Possessions, use of narcotics, paraphernalia, possession of marijuana, smuggling contraband into a prison. So I guess they found this after they booked him. Yeah.
Okay.
According to officers, received a call from a woman who said someone shined a laser in her face while she was driving.
Which is a felony.
Yes. Police said the man, later identified as redacted, also shone the light at the other drivers as his girlfriend drove him around the city. Okay, so they were doing it out of a car. Mm-hmm. He was located and pulled over. He said he was just having some fun, according to police, who added that a smoking device and the car reeked of weed, and they found marijuana on him. It does not give how it was packaged.
All right, so I got this. Okay, first of all, when you got, come on, you've heard this story. If you get pulled over and you got some, just boof. Yeah, you've heard that. So
unless you get arrested.
Yes, exactly.
Then you got some supercharges.
Imagine, all right, spread it, drop the clothes and spread them, and a freaking ounce just falls out, dude. God. But no,
yeah, they do that. They line you up and make you drop trowel and bend over and everything.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna say that is from Florida because I feel like that's some southern stuff. Like, cause hey, put it under your nuts. Or I'm gonna say that's from Florida, and I'm gonna say the Halloween trick or treating cockroaches
is from Michigan.
Come on.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah,
you got it. Yep, that was the Florida man that was later found with marijuana in his rectum.
I mean, okay. What if it was like a perfect bud, like he just popped out a tree, and it looked like a turkey?
Oh God!
And it just came out.
If he didn't use packaging, that's probably how it came out. But they found it, so I'm guessing there was some packaging.
Scraping around to get the remnants.
The other one comes from Wyandotte. Wyandotte?
Yes.
You know that town?
Wyandotte, Michigan.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's right.
Trick-or-treating is off limits in Wyandotte neighborhood. There is nothing sweet about bringing home a cockroach. Officials in Wyandotte said a cockroach infestation has been confirmed at a vacant home after a tip from a trash hauler.
I swear to God, if you was about to say trash talker, we was going to have a problem. Go ahead. One of the trash talkers that
one
tipped
of our
us
tribe
off.
Done turned them in.
God
Said,
damn.
I am a trash talker, by the way.
Yes, make sure you put that in your
Tell
story.
the news that. The pests have been moving to other homes. Sidewalks will be closed Monday night on a portion of the 20th Street. City engineer said a Halloween ban will prevent further roach migration. So these roaches are so bad in this neighborhood that they had to shut down trick-or-treating because they are afraid of them transporting more cockroaches to new homes.
But, what is it, through the candy, I guess?
That's what I was wondering. Maybe.
Have you ever?
So apparently they're suspecting that not only that abandoned house is infested with cockroaches, there has to be some more houses infested with people living there if they're going to transport it through giving out candy.
Yes, but at the same time, if your house has got roaches, 9 times out of 10, the house next to you has roaches.
Oh yeah, because they will migrate.
Yes,
they
and the house,
absolutely
and
will.
it's just
They
gonna
will
continue.
travel across the ground into your house.
Huh. I'm curious as to, and they banned it.
Dude, I lived one time in a place that was actually built over an old landfill, and it was so ridiculous to try to keep bugs from getting in the house.
Roaches everywhere.
Dude, it wasn't all roaches. There was crazy bugs, the water bugs, beetles, everything.
You finding freaking tarantulas in that mode.
It was ridiculous. And everybody I talked to
was this at
is
Settlers Grove?
no. This was in Oxford, across from the airport. Apparently, I guess back in some point in time, that was a landfill out there.
Wow, I know exactly what you're talking about.
The neighbors told me that they were like, yeah, this used to be a landfill, and everybody that lives out there has bug problems.
Was it rodent problems too, or?
Not that I saw.
Did I know you during this time?
Yeah, I don't think we were talking during that time, but yeah,
this when you were.
Yeah, this was during 2010.
We got to tell that story one of these days.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, man, roaches. My mom always look, man. I grew up in the hood. I mean, things got better once my mom met my stepdad. But I grew up in the hood. I grew up with 5, 6, 7 people staying in a 2-bedroom house. Aunt living on the top floor of the apartment. My mama living on the bottom floor. So yes, I grew up with roaches and rats. That's part of the reason why
They happen.
Yes, rats. Again, if you guys aren't familiar, rats are my biggest fear, and that's part of the reason why. Because I mean, I just remember hearing them in the walls, and oh god, I hate rats. I hate them. I'm sorry to all the animal lovers. Y'all gonna have to hate Hollywood on this one. I hate rats, but
And they will definitely migrate from house to house, also.
yes, and they breed just like cockroaches.
Yeah, dude. It's hard to control. Like, once a neighborhood gets a pretty severe infestation, it's so hard to get rid of it.
You know, that's why I'm okay with straight. Look, I'm me and Smokey are both Irish, and my grandma is a direct immigrant from Dublin, Ireland, and she's so superstitious, and she says, black cats bad, but I'm actually okay with stray cats. I'm okay with stray cats.
Oh, they help control the rodents.
Bring them in, but if you're gonna cross my
They'll
path,
control the snakes also.
yes, I mean, I know what my grandma told me what to do if they cross my path, but eat as many rodents as you do.
Yeah.
Eat them up.
Yeah, they're good. Stray cats are good to have in a neighborhood.
Yes, there was actually a little black and white one out there 2 days ago. I wanted to treat it. I'm like, hey, you can actually stay around this area if you want.
Yeah,
I'll give you.
Stay here, and you'll probably find something to snack on.
Exactly, and he then knowing him, he'll probably come back and like, hey, you gave me. Here's that gift you wanted.
They will do that. Once they befriend you, they'll start bringing you presents, thinking that you want this dead rat that I found. So here's something for you.
You know what? I would dap my cat up on that.
I would too.
I would dap my cat.
That's one that ain't in my house,
yes.
bro.
Yes.
Give me some.
Yes. Yeah. Does Cosmo bring you any presents?
Nah, he's never. Not yet.
You don't let him out.
Nah.
Yeah.
He got out one time. I had fell asleep in my bedroom. I got up and I walked to the front door and I was like, why is my door open? I'm like, oh god, the cat's gone.
This fool got up there, unlocked the door.
I don't know how it opened.
Dude, your house is
maybe it wasn't completely closed or something, but it was open. I never leave the door open. I don't just open the door and walk away. But the door was open somehow.
Were your kids there?
No, it was just me.
Dude, your house is haunted.
I opened the door and I'm like, oh god, he's gone. I'm gonna have to look for this little dude.
And he's like, now, right now.
I opened the door. He's just sitting there looking at the door. He was sitting out in the driveway like, what? I'm like, get in here.
I've been waiting on you, bro. It's too early.
Get your little ass in here.
Get your
He come marching in like, okay.
But then he's like, cats are assholes, and they
are.
You are their pet.
Yeah.
They're not your pet. You are their pet.
Absolutely.
Is he one of those cats where he'll like get on something like just push stuff to the edge and like, oh, I'm gonna push it.
He hasn't done that yet, but he does like to mess with things.
Yeah.
If there's anything hanging, he'll be like, slap at it.
Get him a laser pointer, just like your Florida story.
Yeah.
You got him one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He runs all over the house after that thing, man.
Smokey, this was a great one.
It was.
This was a good one, man. It's good
Yeah.
to sit here, on a Tuesday morning, chat with my homeboy and chat with you guys. And, we're going to continue on down this list and tune in next week to see what's even more disturbing than the past 10 songs that we've already...
Jeez.
Well, yeah.
How far can we go?
How far can we go? Absolutely, guys. Again, thank y'all so much for all the reception you've given us, all the love, guys. And continue on with us down this list of the most disturbing songs that everyone seems to enjoy. Continue on down this journey with us. And with that being said, my name's Andrew Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez Cowan.
And we are
over
and
out.
Deuces.